So what's your guys' what's the grade for the Mariners? Losing Ty, losing Clase. Who else did we lose? Just
Stanek?
Yeah, they traded Stanek to the Mets.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
horrible.
they didn't give
lately.
up much for the guys they got. I give them an A-. I think they should have got another bat. I'm glad that nobody else picked up Diaz.
Yeah, it seems like Arozarena was the best addition of the whole offseason. I didn't see what he did his last at bat, but he had 6 hits in 4 games, a home run, double, and then Turner had a hit on his first at bat. You'd think some of these guys were going to take a while to get going, but they're doing better than they were with their old teams already, which is pretty surprising.
Yeah, and I found it interesting too, like when we traded for Arozarena that night before he even like made his debut, we put up like a bunch of runs. It's almost like it picked the morale up on the team, but I would definitely grade it an A just because of the Arozarena trade. I didn't think that was a possibility, and the dude is definitely kick-ass, so we'll see how it goes, but so far so good.
Yeah, he's been awesome. I mentioned him a couple times, just kind of shooting the crap about him coming, and because you always hear rumors about these guys, but 90% of the time they don't go anywhere. And he's an athlete. Why would you get? I just don't get why they got rid of him for so cheap when we still have 3 years of him. It didn't make any sense on their end, but they're also kind of a weird club.
Yeah, they're only a couple games behind the Mariners. Why are they even letting guys like that go?
What's the rest of their division look like? Are they getting whooped on or in the division?
That's a tough division. It's East.
Yeah, they got the Yankees, Red Sox. I think their whole division's tough. I know it's not an easy division, but they're still in it. They had a lot of talent, but every year they get rid of one of their better players. But yeah, I would say Arozarena's pretty much like getting another Julio. Hopefully he pushes Julio to be the superstar he could be. I think Julio wants to be the superstar so bad. And having someone like Arozarena, who is a star too, he's great in the playoffs. I don't know if you guys have seen his playoff numbers, but he's insane. Justin Turner's got a lot of experience too in the playoffs. He doesn't strike out that much at all. You guys seen how when he bats though, how funny it looks? His face, he's got a mean mug whenever he's up at the plate. Yeah, you have to watch it. Unlike Polanco, who looks scared every time he's at the plate, but he's been raking too. But yeah. I would say A minus, only because I think we got our hopes up with the Vladdy stuff, and that would have made it an A plus, obviously. But
you can't fault them. Nobody got those players, so they did what they could. I'm satisfied. If any of those guys had gone somewhere else, Yandy Diaz or Vladimir Guerrero, I would have been more pissed. But
especially if they went to Houston.
I think the fact that he didn't go anywhere else, I mean, the trade deadline's over, right?
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah, so I think the fact that he didn't go anywhere else, in my opinion, shows that we were in on it. And if he would have gone somewhere else, I would definitely be more upset, because then it's like, dang, the Mariners didn't do everything they could have done. But he seems like he's staying put there in Toronto. So,
what's your thoughts on us not giving up a top 10 prospect? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Could we have done more? Did we do the right thing by holding on to them? We still got dudes like Haniger, Marlowe, Rivas, Garver, that first baseman, what's his name? Bolsher or whatever.
Yeah.
A bunch of kind of...
Vossler.
Vossler, yeah. Mm-hmm. He's been all right. He
almost ran into Cal in the 7th inning last night. Cal turned around because he didn't call it. He wasn't... who should have called who off? I don't know, but Cal was frustrated. Turn around, you could tell.
What do you guys think? Do you think that that's a fail that we didn't go more aggressive to try to sell some of those guys, or do you think
I don't think they were
out there?
Yep, I don't think anybody was letting loose with the higher tier guys. They probably would have with the pitcher, like if we'd have thrown in a Miller or Wu.
What we gave up was dang near nothing for these guys, and the fact that we kept our top 10 guys, that's huge. I will say, I think if it was last year, we would have been able to do more, but with this extra wild card spot this year, it makes it, nobody wanted to sell. Like, I really wanted Christian Walker from Arizona for first base. I think that would have been a really good upgrade. But it's kind of odd that they got rid of Ty and they didn't seem to really have or at least it seems like they don't really have a plan for first base.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did they let Ty go? I don't understand that one either.
if you really think about it, though, we fleeced pretty much every trade we had, except maybe the Ty trade, which was we were going to get rid of him regardless.
Yeah.
But I'm one of those people that I know Ty was not doing great. But look at Garber. I mean, what the hell? What are we doing with this guy? How many times are we going to watch this guy strike out? I mean, we scored 10 runs today, and I still don't think he had a hit. He's hitting 170, 180 with runners in scoring position average. I mean, he's horrible. I hope they move Turner to DH. Garber can be the backup catcher if they're not going to dump him, and use these other guys. I don't know. Garber bothers me, man. He looks like some average dude.
Although Haniger had a hit.
He looks like some average dude that works at Staples or something. He doesn't look like a baseball player. He looks like a...
Although when he gets a hold of one, man, he just swats them right out. You know, he's got power. He's got impressive power, but...
Yeah, every solar eclipse that happens, he hits a home run.
Right.
I thought he was going to rake for us, dude. He's been bad. Polanco is actually getting it going, though.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I don't like his defense.
No, his defense isn't great. That's what sucks. It's almost like, would you move him to third, or is he going to be more of a liability at third? Does he have the arm? I don't know.
Who, Polanco?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think, because I don't think Moore should be out there every day.
Dylan Moore could have made a double play tonight. He didn't even try. He was right by the bag. He didn't step on it. He made the play to first and let the runner go at second. I thought that was crazy.
Yeah, it seems like he's struggling at short.
Yeah, fielding-wise, you know, they give him a lot of credit that I don't know is fair, you know. He's pretty not sloppy, but he doesn't do the spectacular stuff.
Is there any options? I mean, because JP's out for 4 weeks, so is there any options if Demo doesn't work out, we need to emergency replace him?
They got that Ramirez.
Yeah, hey, he dropped a bunt. I love that. That was cool, and he got on. Advanced the runner and was, you know, safe.
I mean, they got all the guys in the AAA, but I don't think they're coming up at all anytime soon. It seems like they're trying to protect
30 years old. You know, that guy, he's not going to do anything that he hasn't already done. He's had a good start, but...
What about shortstops, though? What about people who can play short or second besides Moore and Polanco? But now they kind of... I mean, you can play Polanco at DH, but then you got Rojas. Well, you have nobody until JP gets back. There's no more depth in the infield. We have a bunch in the outfield, but...
Do we know what they're doing with Justin Turner yet? Is that a first base or a DH, or what's he coming in?
I read they're going to play him a lot at first, but I think he will be a DH. I think once Julio comes back, JP's back, you know, you got your outfield set with Robles and Julio and Arozarena. Haniger, pinch hitter, you know.
Right.
Maybe Locklear, you know, the guy's pretty good. He's 265 in AAA for a full year there. He's always right there, high twos.
They sent him back.
I think Locklear's a more realistic first baseman.
I do too, but they sent him back to the minors today. Locklear, him and Bliss aren't getting their shot really.
Yeah.
But I got a lineup I got written up for when Julio gets back, which I hope is soon. I haven't heard any updates.
Sunday. They put him on a 10-day on Thursday last week. So
Sunday, you think? You think around Sunday? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, I think so. He got a 10-day injured list. It's just a calf. I think he'll be back on Sunday.
Oh, it was just
JP,
a 10-day?
That's a lot further down the line, but
broken penis.
I heard he could be till mid late September. That's why I almost wish they wouldn't got a shortstop.
Hey, you could hear it crack. That pitch that, you know, hit him in the hand. You could hear it. It echoed. It hurt. You could tell.
I hope this time off resurges him, because we need him more than ever right now. The way he was playing last year. But this is what I got for when Julio comes back. The lineup. I got Robles at leading off, playing right. Arozarena batting second, playing left. Julio batting third, playing center. Although they could switch him and Robles because Julio's been getting banged up. Cal batting fourth, catcher. Turner batting fifth, DH. Polanco sixth, second. Rayleigh seventh, first. Rojas third, and then Demo bat 9 at short till JP comes back. I even think when JP comes back that they ain't going to have him lead off anymore. I think he's going to have to earn that.
Yeah,
Robles has been falling,
you can't
dude.
take him out.
How about that Robles trade? That I did not expect
that was
anything
awesome.
out of that, and this guy just
I didn't either.
He was like batting 180 or something like that before he got here, and then he comes here and he's just tearing the leather off the ball.
Raking.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
The question is, should they pay him now because he's on a contract year? He's going to get big bucks if they wait till the off season, or do you think that he's just in a hot streak that he'll cool down? That's what they're.
I don't think so. I think he's going to keep it up. I think that's your leadoff guy. And I could see, cashing on that, try to keep him around a couple of years now before, like you say, he hits free agency. I don't know. What do you guys think about the Charjoy? Is that how you say his name? Do you think much about it? I mean, he's got a pretty good ERA. He hasn't played a lot.
He was on our team. We actually traded him for Diego Castillo back in the day. You remember him, Diego Castillo?
I do.
Yeah.
God, he was horrible, dude. He made Ryan Stanek look like a freaking stud, man. That guy was bad, but I mean, he's pitching well. He's got a great ERA. He's shutting people down. He's only got 15 appearances, but I mean, he's got great numbers. And then you got Yimi Garcia. That guy's a beast, man.
He's been great. All 3 appearances were great.
I think that dude, Santos and Munoz on this stretch here are going to be huge for us. And imagine if we had Matt Brash too. I mean,
Scott's overusing that Tyler Snyder. I think he got lit up tonight. He's pitched like every day.
Has he?
What do you guys think we're gonna do over at right field? Because if Rayleigh, you guys think should be a backup catcher, what do you think as far as right field?
I think Robles should do right field. I think that he'd be good there, and Julio in center and Arozarena in left. Rayleigh, maybe you could put him at first base or DH. I think you should try to not keep Garver in the lineup at all, and or maybe you could platoon him with Rojas at third. I think Polanco's the real deal right now. I think he'll be good for us at second, even if he's not.
I think it's pretty easy getting Garver out, but it feels like that's like a hill they're going to die on, protecting that guy, that he's going to turn it around, and it's just not going to happen.
Not happening.
I think they're going to use Turner and Rayleigh at first base, the other guy DH, and then you have an incredible outfield with those 3, Arozarena, Julio, and Robles out there. That's a really good outfield.
Yeah, I'll take that every day.
I'm a little worried about Julio going back to center, getting hurt again, because center fielders, do the most work. But they have options for Robles if Julio needs to ease in and play left or right or whatever.
I mean,
I'm sure
unless Julio can play shortstop, I wouldn't want him at any other position than center field.
No,
I doubt he'd give up that spot too.
No, he's a superstar. He's going to stay there. But sometimes they do stuff like that when people get banged up a lot. I don't think Julio thing's that big of a deal.
No,
I think he'll be fine. So what's your guys' thoughts on us hanging on to Scott, not firing him? I know we've won the last few games, but do you think he's holding the Mariners back, or do you think it's just the offense? I mean, is he to blame for some of these losses?
I can't really say that Scott's responsible for, or any coach in the MLB, is the lack of hitting. Like, that's on the players. Now, as far as like lineups and pitching goes, and how he manages that, I've always thought he's excelled at pitching, managing our pitching. But man, right before that Arozarena trade, I was actually kind of starting to get on board with the fire Scott thing, because it just seemed like the team didn't have that punch to them anymore. Like, we were just surrendering games there for a while.
I think he lacks passion. I don't think he knows how to, bring energy. One thing about Lou Piniella was, he knew when to get thrown out of a game or yell at the players or lift them up. Scott lacks emotion, and I really question a lot of his decisions. Sometimes he leaves pitchers in and they're about to get rocked. Like, why did he leave Logan in after he'd given up 4 runs? Logan's not going to be able to keep from giving up anymore. It's going to get only worse. The best he's going to do for you in a game is 3 or 4 runs, and he did that early on. I thought they had a chance to take him out. If they would have done that, they might have won that game.
My thing with Scott is he babies the starting pitchers. Logan Gilbert does not need to get pulled in the 6th, 7th inning. When he's got 85, 86 pitches, you pull him in the 7th, put in one of these relievers and have him blow the game. How many times has that happened in the last month? Thornton and these other guys giving up the games. Logan and Kirby pitching their butts off, not getting the wins. Can you imagine Kirby and Gilbert on one of these top teams like New York or something? Their records would be so much better. All I know is
20 game winners.
Yeah, they're like our pitchers are like 500, but they have it like insane ERAs. That's the one thing about Scott. He does that. He pulls the pitchers too soon, and I know I'm a coach, so I love small ball, but extra innings, you got someone like JP up or someone who can run, lay down a bunt. You got somebody that can pop it up or make something happen. Lay down a bunt, take the out, get the runner to third. It's simple because these guys aren't doing their job, hitting the ball the other side of the field, moving the runners.
But look,
in those
finally
games.
They're not leaving bases loaded, stranded. How many times do we have to watch that this year? And lately they've been cashing in on that. Some of the guys they picked up are just, perfect for that spot.
It's because you got Mitch Garver hitting cleanup most of the season, batting like 170 with runners in scoring position. It makes no sense.
Turner cleaned up tonight, though. That ended up being a good thing to do.
I think it's going to be a lot different when Julio. I think when Julio gets back, I think they'll put him at 3 and Cal at 4, Turner 5, and then you got a deep lineup until the bottom. Hopefully Rojas gets back to first half form, and Moore and JP when he gets back gets it rolling because those are big parts of the team. No, Scott's been there 8, 9 years. I mean, he got us the playoffs, but right. I don't like how he pulls the pitchers too soon. I don't like how he puts in the lefty righty crap only with the hitting. I mean, Mitch Haniger should not be starting as much as he is. No. Garver shouldn't be starting as much as he is. I don't care if they're lefty or righty; they ain't hitting the ball with crap. Canzone, he had batting a lot. I wasn't a big fan of Canzone either. I like Rojas. I think he's got potential to be really good. But some of those things, like he was rolling with Polanco forever when he was struggling. The lineups were just garbage there for a while, but they're rolling now. I would like to know what the stats are since we started making these moves since the deadline. Our runs are way up. Even when we lost yesterday, it was 13 or 14-1, and it ended up being 14-7. They put up 7 runs.
That's right.
And whooped on Boston today.
The only thing I would say that's been on my mind, but it's with the trade deadline passing, it's not really relevant. But the whole I've been saying this for a year now. Move JP to second and bring in a all-star shortstop. Because I think that's where you can make the biggest damage is from shortstop. And I don't feel like JP's been it. But, I mean, it looks like we're rolling with what we got as far as shortstop. So it's just, I would have liked to have seen us gone for Jazz Chisholm from Miami. Because he can play outfield and second and shortstop. Like, the positions we need.
He's like Rojas. He can play position-wise, except Rojas obviously does not hit like him. Chisholm's got, I think, 3 bombs already and 2 or 3 games with New York. He had 2 in one game. One was off position player pitching. Yeah, he's been raking. He's been doing really well. But
so I guess to answer your prospect question earlier, I guess we could have gave up more prospects for him.
Yeah,
I don't know. I honestly think I would rather have that's another question. Would you guys rather have a Arozarena or Jazz? Because that guy's your number one addition.
I'll take Arozarena.
I'll take Arozarena every day.
I would take Randy too. I still think he's got superstar talent, and I think he's gonna really get Julio fired up. Julio did well when he had Teo out there, but he never had an all-star caliber guy.
We missed the boat on the shortstops in free agency. They